Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the IWN YouTube channel. Yes, I'm still dealing with mental health issues. That ain't going away anytime soon. This is your NXT June the 3rd, 2025. Watch along results for the WWE XAAA Worlds Collide Go Home Show. This is a Go Home Show episode of NXT. So if y'all are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell for all notifications. Most importantly, hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and keep on supporting the channel. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get straight to NXT because they are already rushing the show for some reason. This show's already being rushed. I don't know if this show was taped tonight or what. I haven't seen any indication or any news on this show being taped. So we're going to go back to the beginning so we can tune in and find out what kicked off NXT, because I was already missing half of it because I was getting my food and stuff. So let's see if I can rewind it. Yes, I can rewind the episode. I just gotta not push nothing else besides the play button. I'm rewinding, going back all the way back. Come on, man. There we go. All right, we're gonna tune into NXT 865 WWE XAAA Worlds Collide Go Home Show. Here we go. I went all the way back to the beginning, so none of us wouldn't miss it. So I wouldn't miss it because I didn't get, like I said, I was getting my food not too long ago, and I was missing half of it already.
going to be here tonight, and you two are standing in my ring. The champ should be standing in the middle of that ring, celebrating his amazing title victory and tap dancing on the memory of Ricky Saints. But instead tonight,
so NXT kicked off with Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Ethan Page ahead of this Fatal 4-Way North American Championship match.
And the worst part about all of this is that Ethan Page didn't agree to any of it. Ricky Saints did. Not me. I didn't say yes. I didn't agree to this 4-way. I didn't agree to anything. Hey, you sound like talk, pero no tienes huevos. That's facts. And he cost me my match on SmackDown. Oh, I know, Javon. You see, that's what happens when you keep sticking your nose in my business. You're right. Maybe instead of sticking my nose in your business, maybe I should stick my foot up your ass. But I think it's better if I take that North American Championship on Saturday. You know what? I don't need to deal with this right now. The champ is going home. Okay. All right. Ethan, you said it. Whoever walks out of one to run with that title, I got next. And listen, it will be an honor to challenge you, Laredo. And Javon, I have a feeling that you and I aren't done dancing just yet. But hopefully, and I mean hopefully, it's not you. But if it is, I'll be ready because tomorrow night I have a chance to become the first ever WWE Men's Evolved Champion. And next Tuesday, I have a chance to become the Whoa. Legacy, you're kind of killing the vibe, bro. And Ethan, don't worry. The Vanity Project, the hardest faction of Evolved, is here. Hundo Smoke, Hundo Skid. Hey, when it comes to Sean Legacy, you don't gotta worry. You see, our boy Jackson Drake here, he's gonna take care of you tomorrow night in Evolve. And believe me when I tell you, he's taking that title home with him. And for the rest of the bums in the ring, Ethan, we got your back. Oh! Well, this didn't take very long. A lot of angry issues need to be worked out between all these superstars. All of issues have spilled over on the NXT. We're preparing for Worlds Collide. For the North American title. Vanity Project sent cash to the outside. Page to the floor. And look around, guys. Look who's standing. And it appears everyone's trying to get
And the baby faces clear the heels. Security done came out. I see Draco Knox wearing the security. Is that? Yeah, that's Draco Knox wearing the security shirt. That's Draco Knox.
The chaos already kicking us off. The chaos will continue in moments as DarkState faces Chase U in a 6-man tag team match. Next on NXT.
Yeah, that was Draco Knox. All right, let's fast forward it now. We done seen what kicked off NXT now. Yeah.
And 50 lucky fans will take part in Fanatics games, decathlon style across 8 fast-paced, referee-led challenges, each testing a different skill. At stake, $2 million in prizes, leaderboard glory, and bragging rights that will last forever. Emanating from the Jacob Javits Center. Don't miss the chance to see your favorite WWE.
Viking goes in the crowd tonight. Oh, Lord. It's Jay's youth. I'd rather see the DarkState entrance. I'd rather see their entrance.
And Mr. Chase should go to the same barber. I think that might be something you gotta get. You know, maybe get rid of that side.
Here we go.
I don't know. And the chaos continuing. We said that it would. These 6 men laying that line. Our referee Gary Wilson trying to get some sort of sense, some sort of order in here right now. That might be the best thing Chase Hughes done. Connors just took down the athletic. Didn't look like he was trying to listen to Connors. I still don't think we've had an opening bell. The match not yet official. I have to agree with you. And look at this on the outside. Sugar's going right back in. Referee trying to get some sense of order.
Oh my God! Calm down, commentary. It ain't that serious.
This one's finally underway in Graves. It seems like DarkState. They're in a teaching mood here tonight.
DarkState looking to remind the entire WWE universe that no one is safe. And listen, when it comes to bad decisions, this has to be on the Mount Rushmore for Chase Hughes. When you're in the slump, you don't wait for a 10. You take a 4 or 5 when you try to bump that slump. You don't try to get back on the winning track. It's something most dangerous. You got to rock.
I shouldn't say what you're saying, but right now, Deion Lennox making an attack. Deion Lennox was taken down. This man is a hothead, and he is PO.
He's a hell of a talent. I like everything about this version of Deion Lennox. I love it, man.
Oh, Booker, how many touchdowns are about me?
Damn.
Connor's handshake.
It's about to get ugly, but
Yeah, these guys are forced to be reckoned with. No question about it.
this is get thrown in the deep water and said we gonna swim or not. This is all about Andre Chase. What is he talking about? What is he talking
Well,
about?
hold on a second. It was Andre Chase who said, "We are not a team. We are not a team. We are not on the same page."
He's the principal, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. Thrown into the deep
Yeah,
water.
I think Andre Chase.
It was a terrible decision.
But there's no principal in college. That's in high school, middle school, primary
You
school.
know, same thing. Same thing.
Well, look, then let's see if you agree again with Andre Chase. The Dixon and Connors, were they a little overzealous, jumping into the situation without a plan?
Understand each other. Them was TV time. Always television time is working. And look at the kid right now. He's look at that.
Whoa!
I love it. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
That is KO. Dixon taking it to the Lennox. Big night tonight. Still come main event. Trick Williams, Mike Santana for the TNA Championship, and JC Jane, who shot the universe, our new women's champion, will speak live on NXT.
Hey, you get a ticket. You get a ticket.
For what?
The concert. The concert.
Joe Hendry isn't here tonight. Trick Williams
JC Jane.
Does she sing now?
I see what he's trying to say. He's all, I think he's trying to calm down because Stephanie McCarron is no longer in NXT. He's got to find someone new. Osiris right now laying waste.
That's because I like this feel of Cyrus. He's a beast. He's a beast.
I know you're still all shook out. We'll talk about that off air. But again, 4 men, 1 mission. They move as a unit in Graves. Who impresses you the most in DarkState?
It's hard to pick one. These are 4 young, hungry, super athletes who are all fierce. They are fearless, and they are going to the top, whether we like it or not.
baby.
Double super kick connected.
You gotta give it credit. This kid come to fight.
Oh, James sent to the outside. They had to get. Oh, Dion just got dropped. And Chase U right now is in control of this six-man tag team match.
Hey, maybe Chase, you are onto something. Maybe they know something we don't.
I don't know.
That was a mistake.
I'd like to correct my previous answer. Osiris freaking Griffin.
That was made. By the way, James not leaving. These men
Damn.
aiming to seize opportunity by calculating chaos.
Oh, baby.
They've attacked champions, they disrupt events, and this rebellious force just grew stronger.
Here are your winners, DarkState. Step up to DarkState at your own peril. No one is safe. Pace and point, launching King Dixon into the lights before he's powerbombed halfway to hell. What an impressive victory for DarkState.
Perhaps the motives of these four are deeper than we even know here at NXT.
Man. It's all evolving out here.
Okay, listen, I didn't even know they were going to be here tonight, okay? But here's what we're going to do. There's 3 of you, 4 of them, 8-man tag match. Find another partner.
Pero tonight is my first night in NXT. I thought I was a new guy. All right, look, chill. All right, I know y'all new, but we can handle Vanity Project and Ethan Page, 3-on-4. All right, that's facts. I know what Ava said. That's facts. Yeah, ain't none of the words.
4-on-4. That gonna lead?
Okay.
What's up?
Yeah.
It's so really nice. How do you turn it tonight, my Wisdom? It sounds super, my Wisdom.
Trick Williams, tonight you defend the TNA World title against Mike Santana for the first time. How do you plan on putting down the realest one?
The realest one, Santana. He's the passionate dude, right? I mean, he is the loud and proud Boricua from Bronx, New York, right? And tonight is the biggest match of his career. Santana, you are the standard of TNA. I don't care how much you yell, I don't care how much you scream. The standard has changed now. Trick Williams is in charge. I call the shots. For 20 years, TNA has been looking for the one to take this here title to new levels. The one who can make TNA feel legitimate. And they found that man. His name ain't Elijah. It ain't the average Joe. It sure ain't the Boricua Mike Santana. Damn it, it's Trick Williams. And I know what's best for TNA. And that's tricking me. And tonight, the title stays with me. Let's talk about it.
Coming up next, Myles Borne takes on Charlie Dempsey in a rounds match. If Myles wins, he's out of no quarter catch crew. Things were so difficult for my diagnosed with Alzheimer's. That may happen with dementia due to Alzheimer's disease. She stopped breaking things.
I had to hurry up and mute that. Now, finally. All I had to do was rewind a few more. We are officially ahead. I'll be right back for well, wait a minute, hold on. Back on. NXT's about to come back on. Come on, man, what the fuck? NXT's back on.
Oh my gosh. Winning the first season of LFG was incredible, and I gotta say, thank you. Ooh, but I gotta say, disappointing the Undertaker might be just as scary as competing in the Olympics. And
Tyra, I love this for you. You're so accomplished. But ladies, if you're seeking inspiration from a winner, I have won numerous beauty pageants. Oh, Tyra. Look, girls, you know me, I hate gossip. I detest it. But I think it's true that those aren't even 100% gold. Look, I know you want to fit in this look. So here's an Ariana pro tip. Don't talk about yourself so much. Nobody likes a bragger, especially a tacky one. Thanks for the tip. Anytime, girl. Looks like I found my first opponent.
Well, the Olympic gold medalists will be in action later tonight, but we're getting set for a round match. 6 3-minute rounds. 2 decisions wins the match. Rest period in between the rounds is very, very crucial. And you got to wonder about the seconds in this matchup. Ren Sinclair and Tavion Heights, where their loyalties will truly lie.
The following contest is a rounds match. Making their way to the ring, representing no corner next crew. First, Charlie Dempsey. And his opponent, Myles Borne.
If Borne wins, he is out of NQ.
I'm sure Stephanie will be cheering her boyfriend on tonight.
And NXT on the CW is brought to you by Jack Daniels. Drink responsibly. And that brings me to this point, Corey. Is Myles making a mistake by challenging Dempsey to this sort of match?
Only time will tell. But perhaps this is a case of Myles Borne buying into his own hype. This is a young man who took Obafemi to the limit a few weeks back. A match like this, a rounds match, is Charlie Dempsey's wheelhouse. And when it comes to this business between the ropes, Charlie Dempsey has forgotten more about this business than Myles Borne has learned just this far.
You know, I've talked about Myles Borne in the past, maybe outgrowing the NQCC. I brought that up at Battleground. Booker, is that what we are now starting to witness with that challenge thrown out for Borne to Dempsey?
I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, you can feel like Myles Borne, he has all the time. It'd be a hell of a single star. I mean, right now, people are comparing him to Randy Orton, so you got to think this kid, in his own mind, he thinks he can do it.
Well, you're a superstar who's in the ring with a much younger Randy Orton. What sort of similarities are you seeing with Myles Borne?
Oh, look at this kid. I mean, he has all the tools, man. It checks out every box. Whoa. As far as a kid passing that airport, just a kid that stooped up the game, that's Myles Borne.
Well, look, Charlie Dempsey coming out here did not take his eyes off of Myles Borne, and Myles looked Dempsey in the eye and said, if I win, then let me go. Let me out of the NQCC as we are 60 seconds through round number 1.
And that's sort of what puzzles me. If you're Charlie Dempsey and you can take responsibility for some of the success that Myles Borne has achieved, why would you not want to let him walk from no quarter catch group? Why not let Myles carry the flag proudly? Why does he have to earn his way out of the group? I don't understand.
Well, look, we've had some time to digest this entire situation. And Booker, what stood out the most about Myles Borne in his battle at Battleground that Corey already highlighted?
That he went out there and he stayed in there with Obafemi. I mean, he went toe-to-toe with Obafemi at Battleground. And the thing is, you know, the odds makers gave that thing to Obafemi by far. Kid came so close to cash in on his street.
Fantastic escape and reversal by Charlie Dempsey. Bar fly.
And again, these guys know each other very well, Greg. They train together. They live together. They're always in the gym with one another. And does that give Dempsey the advantage? Because right now, he is putting in a short arm scissors.
Yes, a short arm scissors expertly applied roll. Improves the
Swank out here with the team do that.
Very rarely, if ever, gets inside of the ring. He feels.
I agree 100% as well as round system so much. I mean, it's all about in a matchup like this.
Just under 50 seconds left here in round number one. It's also interesting who is in with the check period coming up. A nice counter. Dempsey going up, going over, shoulders down, and another kick out as we're about 35 seconds left. Another cover. And look at that straight.
Whoa!
Dempsey fell for 30 seconds left. Now double underhook, maybe looking for a of sorts. Borne doing a nice job of countering, blocking as we're approaching 22 seconds now. Dempsey trying to overpower Borne. Borne stepping right through.
He is staying for that one,
man. Cover, 3. 15 seconds, another cover, another kick out, near fall. 10 seconds now. Dempsey going around, got caught by Borne. Sits down, shoulders are down. Oh! Right before the bell.
Myles Borne has scored the first fall.
And right before the last struck 0, Borne picks up a decision. Borne in the lead here in this rounds match on NXT.
Don't worry, I was only kidding. I was only kidding when I said that. He is staying. NXT's on picture-in-picture commercial break. I feel dizzy, man. I hope ain't nobody spreading no carbon dioxide outside, man. If they doing that, they doing that with intent. They doing it on purpose to try to kill someone. So happening right now is Myles Borne versus Charlie Dempsey. I don't know. It kind of doesn't feel like NXT anymore with Julia being on SmackDown, Grace being on SmackDown, Stephanie and Roxanne being on Monday Night Raw. I feel like the women's division is falling a little tiny bit flat. I mean, they still got a strong women's division. Don't get me wrong, but like, I don't know. It just kind of took the vibe away. It's like as soon as Stephanie and Roxanne got called up, as soon as Stephanie, Roxanne, Julia, and Jordan Grace got called up, it's like the vibe for this show just went away instantly. Talk about 3 of the 4 of my favorites, man, being called up. Doing bigger and better things on their own.
15 seconds, and this is
NXT's back on, folks. Round 2
to pick up the first decision. Nice block.
for Myles Borne versus Charlie Dempsey.
It's on 5. We're coming down the wire, and it looks like we are going to have no decision. Oh, that's a cheap shot. Maybe Dempsey didn't hear the bell. Yeah, I heard that damage used before. Referee stepping in. It's loud in here, baby. Going back to who should have the advantage, does Dempsey feel a little bit of, obviously you just saw, there's frustration boiling in the body of Charlie Dempsey. Frustration coupled with urgency could make Charlie Dempsey an extremely dangerous man, or it could leave him wide open for more.
Yeah, and it could lead him to turning heel.
Ready to capitalize on it. We've seen the frustration in Charlie Dempsey. Wasn't very happy with Tavion Heights.
It could lead him to being the top heel in NXT men's division.
Well, obviously a regal maneuver. Scored the second fall. And we are knotted at 1. And
excuse me.
I go back to the cheap shot. I go back to those injured ribs. Myles Borne is obviously hurt. He's obviously at a disadvantage. And Charlie Dempsey has to believe, Booker, that momentum is swung.
Not make any excuses, Vic.
I'm not making an excuse. Was that not a cheap shot after that?
It was a cheap shot, but that's just one thing. Like I said earlier, this is on the job training. You feel me?
Next decision will win. And right out of the gate, going right to the body, right to the ribs, right to the midsection, Charlie Dempsey. And Graves, you know there's a bullseye now on the body of Myles Borne.
Absolutely, and Charlie Dempsey has honed in. He is locked in, going to continue to attack the weak spot in Myles Borne's game right now. Booker, you know as well as anybody, when your ribs are hurt, it affects every aspect of your game in the ring.
Yeah, not just the ribs, though, but that the card is. I mean, that's the problem in the real area right now. Charlie Dempsey is laying it on and laying it on thick.
Kick out by Borne, and Dempsey coming right back in. And Dempsey, again, as you mentioned, in cruise control. And you're talking about a traditional rounds match. Let's remember
That was Charlie Dempsey's strategy the whole entire match.
Created his own rules as Heritage Cup champion. No Andar, by the way, the current Heritage Cup champion. I'm sure he's posted up somewhere closely watching this.
Yeah, but he is, but you got to look at Charlie Dempsey. He's a two-time Heritage Cup champion as well. He's a guy that's looking to put himself right back in the game. Come back.
Oh, back to those injured ribs.
This is when it's so much fun to watch. Dempsey. Big body drop by Borne out of desperation.
Because he knows when to systematically start dissecting.
What he does better than that is pick apart the human anatomy. But now Borne able to muster the courage to keep fighting.
Absolutely, Dempsey, but Myles Borne now showing you made him the number 1 contender. Heading into battleground, opportunity, and he's not fighting for gold here. He's fighting for freedom to get away from the NQCC, and he needs one more to do just over a minute in round 4 into the. And Dempsey just got that left shoulder up, Booker.
I think it's more than freedom. I think it's young prove that he can go out there and be a solo single.
Dempsey trying to answer that, but again, to what Graves is pointing out for the last few minutes, he is picking up Myles Borne, looking for that reach one more time. Borne able to count. 50 seconds left, around 4. Borne slips, goes down, rolls shoulders down. Shifting waits for the victory decision. Didn't happen. Rolling through, 40 seconds left. No time. Sit down, counter, cover, kick out. And look at Borne now. Crucifix style. 30 seconds here in round 4. And you see men starting to breathe deep. Corey is a slide. Oh, whoa, with a little extra.
Okay, countered by Borne. Dempsey's shoulders are down. Sunset flip vision.
Able to kick out, swinging wildly. That didn't connect. Oh, drop kick. With 18 seconds on the clock, into the cover, hook of the leg. Oh my God, the student has beaten the teacher.
Here's your winner, Myles Borne. Unbelievable. Certainly a shocker tonight. Myles Borne proving once again any shot can be the knockout blow.
And tonight's Make It Count moment is brought to you by Jack Daniels. Drink responsibly.
Here's the first ball on behalf of Myles Borne. The rare sight of Charlie Dempsey being caught and out-wrestled. Stacked up high, advantage 1-0 Borne. But Dempsey would answer, reaching deep into his bag of tricks and delivering a regal flex, stacking the shoulders of Borne's beautiful bridge. Dempsey would even the odds, but in search of the second fall, that money drop kick, the drop kick of destiny. Myles Borne right on the chin of Charlie Dempsey. And Myles Borne's a free man.
You can say it again because Myles is now free to move on from the NQCC. But if Charlie Dempsey's body language tells you anything, just how will the NQCC move on?
Let's see. Into that.
Izzy, what the hell are you doing?
We have a match tonight.
He's out. And no, you don't. I got the match moved back to next week. For you two. He was never fully bought in. If you're not committed to the culling, you're out.
You're damn right.
Damn. I did not see that coming. I was not expecting that. Well, this gives it a chance for Brooks Jensen to turn babyface and align himself with Josh Briggs. Ooh! Woo! Damn, man. That was cold. That was cold by Izzy. I bet Braun Breaker like that. Woo! Oh, damn. I'm about full, man. All this Wendy's food, man. I'm about full. Here we go with the debut of Tyra Steele.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, she is the winner of LFG Season 1. Olympic gold medalist, Tyra Mae Steele.
Oh, it's her opponent who called the gold around her neck. Well, maybe not 100% legit earlier tonight. NXT on the CW is presented by Progressive. Save when you bundle auto, home, and motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com. Booker, what grabs your attention about Steele on LFG?
Talking about a future great, that's Tyra Mae Steele. From day one, you knew she was going to win season 1. Right off the bat, just from attitude. Attitude is everything.
The same could be said about this woman.
And her opponent from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Ariana Grace.
Graves, there's been a lot on Grace's plate. Her time over at TNA. But does she need to now refocus on NXT?
The only thing Ariana Grace needs to focus on is being herself, being the star that she is, whether it be at NXT, whether it be TNA.
Exactly.
At a Miss Universe.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Ariana Grace is everything we should all aspire to be.
People see Miss NXT and maybe forget the extensive judo and boxing training she has as well.
Which Ariana is all too happy to remind each other, but no one likes a braggart chick. You heard Ariana earlier. She's not going to talk about how wonderful she is, how dangerous she is, how skilled she is. That's our job.
And that's true. She want to shake the hand of the gold medalist, LFG Season 1 winner, Grace Steele's first.
Didn't even want to shake her hand.
She was
paid for that.
To step through those
I remember meeting Tyra Mae Steele backstage after the event, and I don't know that I've ever met somebody with so much excitement and elation in their eyes just to be near the WWE Universe. Tyra loved this. This truly is a dream of hers. She's looking to parlay her Olympic background into WWE superstardom.
You know, we talk about winning LFG, but what challenges will she possibly face now that she is an NXT superstar?
You know, winning that gold medal, I mean, I'm sure she had a lot of team, behind her. I mean, I think she's going to find out here. She's all on her own. She's going to have to go out.
That was impressive. And Grace, she is arriving, that being Steele, at a great time. And now just trying to drag Grace back into the center of the ring because the women's division is wide open.
Well, that's what it takes. We're going to find out sooner than later whether or not Tyra Mae Steele has that killer instinct, whether she has that switch in her mind that she can flip to stop having fun and handle her business. And Ariana's going to put that to the test for you, no doubt. Think about what it would do for Ariana Grace's career here in NXT if she spoils the debut match of the LFG.
Booker T gonna do that annoying shit tonight. Yeah, man.
Signed to Raw over the weekend, qualified for Women's Money in the Bank match. You got to be a little bit down.
You know what? I should have too, maybe. But my thing is this:
tripping over his tongue. He's
decided. I think congratulations. Congratulations.
Well, Graves, not only that, but Carol for the dream.
That'd be like, yeah, shut up.
With a very, very busy day this Saturday, she'll join forces with the lethal Lola Rice to battle Chic Tormenta and Delise through Triple A's top luchadoras. Not going to want to miss that one.
Well, there comes the Olympic gold medalist.
Showing some impressive strength. This is why she won LFG Season 1. And she's talking some trash, and she's backing it up right now. Looking to take Grace for the ride. Jumping suplex, hit the bridge, and Tyra Mae Steele, welcome to NXT. Here's your winner, Tyra Mae Steele. You're right, Booker. Look in the eyes of Tyra Mae Steele. That is a woman who is ready to handle her business in this business. And she just made an impact upon arrival.
Time for tonight's NXT Spotlight, presented by Progressive.
JCJ. Jade falling into the cover. Hook to the wagon. Ladies and gentlemen, here your winner and the new NXT Women's
One of the biggest shocking upsets of NXT history. Stephanie losing that NXT Women's Championship.
Oh my God, there's no way. What the Stacey Jane is your new NXT champion?
No te creo.
Pero qué rayos acaba de pasar.
And now, a toxic
I was shocked too.
influence is in control of the women's division in NXT.
That's because Fallon Henley helped her win it. JC Jane didn't win it by herself. We all know the truth behind it. Fallon Henley helped JC Jane win the championship. Ain't gonna last long because Fallon Henley, they're gonna turn Fallon Henley face. And then we're gonna get JC Jane versus Fallon Henley for that title. It's gonna happen sooner rather than later, whether people like it or not. I can't wait to see what JC Jane has to say. Y'all can watch NXT on CW on the Red TV. Phone about to fall in my hand. I was going nuts after that. It had me so sad seeing Stephanie lose that NXT Women's Championship, man. You could see her breaking down in tears in real life because she really loved carrying that NXT Women's Championship. She knew what it meant to her. Damn, man. Oh. Oh, NXT's back on with Mike Santana.
It's my time to reflect once that TNA World Title's on my shoulder, because now it's time to get busy. Trick Williams, I looked into your eyes last week and I didn't see a fighting champion. I saw a pretender. I saw someone who's fighting for nobody but himself. But tonight, for me, is the total opposite. Tonight, I fight for every person who's ever stepped foot in the TNA ring. I fight for the legacy of TNA. Por toda mi gente latina, toda mi gente boricua en el mundo entero. But more importantly, I fight for my baby girl that's at home. That girl's about to witness history. And I made a promise to her that I'm coming home TNA World Champion, and to that girl I break no promises. Trick, I know how great you are, but tonight I gotta be 3 seconds better. Let's get it.
Are we gonna get what we want? Are you JCJ, Jasmine, Colin Haley? You gonna give me what I want?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let me see.
please welcome the new
Let me see you girls get it. Time to dance.
Stand up, man. Stand up.
Why are you both
Don't do it, Jasmine. Don't do it, Ah, come on.
the new NXT Women's
Stand
Champion?
up, man. That's JCJ. The Rock of the new. Look at her. She's shining like bread.
Just because you bet your mortgage money that she wouldn't win, don't be upset.
They're showing a whole lot of.
When you walk out with the champion, that's the way it is, man.
She's still dancing.
The collective wrestling world 1 week ago here on NXT.
Stand up.
Now, you all didn't support me for the last 4 years, and you sure as hell can't get on the JCJ bandwagon now that I'm champ. So you all can shut your mouth and listen to what I have to say. Like I was gonna say before I was so rudely interrupted by you idiots, all is right in the universe because Fatal Influence is finally on top where we belong. Last week, I pulled off the most shocking moment in NXT history.
All because
And
of
the
Paula
looks on
Haley.
all your faces, oh, it said it all. The most fickle group of
All because of Paula
wrestlers
Haley.
left stunned, shocked.
That's what she don't
jaw on the
realize.
floor. I can't
She's
believe it.
blindsided. She don't realize that Paula Haley was the one.
But you know who wasn't shocked when all the air got sucked out of this arena? Like me. Because while all of you underestimated me for years, you called me the third wheel and you latched on to whoever the flavor of the month was. I was there putting in the work. I got better and I stayed ready. Now, some of you might not know this. Shut your mouth! I'm talking! You respect the champion! For those of you who don't know, me and Fallon started in this business together, and over the years, she has become like a sister to me. And that's why after a very long discussion, we decided that it was time to finally run the play. The slap heard around the world. And it was an opportunity that I had to be the one to take. Daisy! See, Fallon,
Daisy!
the women's
Daisy! Hi! Hi, sweet cheeks! I'm Lady Reed. It is so nice to meet you. And last week, you proved to everybody that anything is possible
possible by beating Stephanie Valkyr. And with this division being so stacked, I was gonna wait my turn, but then I realized you are absolutely the most beatable champion of all time.
JC, let me be the first to say congratulations. But that NXT Women's Championship, it's not about you or Fatal Influence. And it's about time to bring that title home to Vice City, baby. And for...
You know, when I came to NXT to be a part of the best women's division in the world, I had a plan. But after seeing everything that's happened in the past week, it's apparent that anything can happen. I thought that I knew something about wrestling, but in a world where Trick Williams is the TNA World Champion and JC Jane can beat Stephanie Valkyr,
Thank you. And everybody knows I'm the baddest bitch in this place. And that women's NXT title needs to be around this little waist of mine. You know who's beating JC Jane? Kalani Jordan. And you know who's never had a chance at that woman?
Nobody cares, and nobody wants to hear you speak. So zip it. Thank you. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I see a whole bunch of women who've already had their turn. So if anybody's taking that title off JC, it's Lash Legend.
Don't be a hell! It is popping off again! The women's division! JC has some champagne problems now! The women's division ripping each other apart to get to the champion! As you're about to find out what it means to have a target on your back as NXT Women's Champion. But right now, there's no shortage of challengers falling down.
What? Hell? Mariah, man!
Oh my! Just became glamorous!
Mariah, man!
And I have finally arrived!
It's even better in person, Vic!
I can't cuss. The crowd realized that.
The next NXT Women's Champion. Because the best women's division in the world just got a lot more glamorous.
JC Jade might have just seen her first fatal mistake.
Ain't no freaking way. I did not. Ain't no way I did not just see Mariah May appear on top of the thing before Fatal Influence. I'll be right back. Okay. Let me tell y'all exactly who that was that appeared on TV. That woman that appeared on TV in white was none other than Mariah Mae. From that garbage promotion, AEW. By the way, which still is garbage. It will always be garbage because of Tony Khan. Remember, Tony Khan fumbled the ball on Ricky Starks, Ethan Page, Jay Cargill. Not only he fumbled the ball on them, now he fumbled the ball on Mariah Mae because now Mariah Mae is on NXT. And I'm talking about he fumbles the ball with how he books and uses talent on TV.
NXT Women's Division is absolutely stacked. Title contenders everywhere you look. Girls. One day, when you are ready, you will go from Evolve to NXT in the hopes of becoming NXT Women's Champion.
Chicks is lining up for a shot at JC's title. I want to see who's stepping up to the difference maker Kelly Armstrong tomorrow night on Evolve.
Well, that's tomorrow night. Let's go back to last week in the North American Championship match. It was Ethan Page who delivered that twisted grin right here in front of us. We can hear the gasping of air from the champion, Ricky Saints. Now, Ricky has gone and seen the medical doctors. He's been diagnosed with a laryngeal GL contusion, which is acute trauma to the larynx. Keep you updated on his situation as it unfolds.
And that right there is how you take Ricky Saints' voice. Rose got a also took Javon Evans' smile. And tonight, boys, I say we take the masks of Laredo Kid and Dragon Lee. I'm so
Imagine the reaction in the girls' faces when you find out what Laredo and Dragon Lee look like.
Hey, boys, you know what that sounds like to me? More for us.
Oh, Ethan, also, you don't need to worry. We're going to take care of Shawn Legacy.
good. Let's go take care of him right now. Say less.
NXT on the CW is brought to you by Domino's. Try Domino's first ever stuffed crust pizza today. We are set for a tag team matchup.
He didn't even show
after what transpired earlier tonight, really, that kicked us off here on NXT. Dragon Lee, the man deemed the future of Lucha Libre by none other than WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. If you look just past Dragon Lee, you will see three men who will stand oppositely in the LWO. This Saturday at Worlds Collide on your left, Mr. Iguana, complete with Yeska, along with Aerostar and Octagon Jr., three of the most popular luchadors in all of AAA, ready for battle this Saturday. It is going to be breathtaking, no doubt about it. Worlds Collide and then Money in the Bank. What a Saturday it's going to be in Los Angeles.
And their opponents, the Team Up Profanity Project, and the NXT North American Champion, Ethan Page.
One man will defend his championship this weekend, as well as WWE is is coming to LA this Saturday, June 7th, with Worlds Collide at Kia Forum and Money in the Bank at Intuit Dome. Tickets on sale now via Ticketmaster. This Saturday, Ethan Page against Laredo Kid, Javon Evans, and Ray Phoenix for the coveted North American Championship. But I gotta be honest, when I saw Ethan Page walk out with Vanity Project, I saw dollar signs. Can you imagine what these kids would be capable of the tutelage of all ego?
Not just tutelage, expert tutelage. Oh, yes, man.
Imagine once Brad Baylor hits the
Don't start.
dangerous superstar. Good job. Brad Baylor, as you're looking at the screen, was on your left. In the middle was Jackson Drake. And Drake and Sean Legacy will be part of a four-way to crown the first ever WWE Evolve champion. And this matchup is presented by Progressive, of course, WWE Evolve every Wednesday on Tubi. But Graves, I want to get back to Ethan Page. This guy's got serious issues. Why does someone gloat about the misery of others?
I'm going to stop you right there. What is the point of this business? Booker,
Checks and championships, man.
of which has Ethan Page suffered a shortage of, covered by Laredo Kid. In fact, Ethan Page has arguably done more in NXT in a shorter period of time than just about anyone. You don't have to like Page's tactics, but you have to respect the skill and the strategy of all ego.
How many times have I said, just do your job. And we'll have a hell of a
Laredo Kid. What he is capable of. This Saturday at Worlds Collide. This is a AAA, SmackDown, NXT Evolve, all represented as a tag was made. In comes Dragon Lee, someone we've seen wear gold here on NXT. The same title Ethan Page has, the North American title.
That is extraordinary. Just not anything you know. But that's where it's circle, like you said, we first seen it right here. This where it's circle, and he's back. Oh, yes.
Jackson Drake in a whole world of trouble. Lee going into the cover, hooking a leg, and Ethan Page breaking things up. Look, Laredo Kid who just tagged out. He was spot on earlier about his assessment of Ethan Page as Dragon Lee back in control of this matchup.
No matter how you assess Ethan Page, the fact remains it's something that knocked him off the top of the mountain. Period. Till the day is over. But until you beat him, you can't say anything.
Dragon Lee off the top, another cover, another kick out, and you brought up earlier, Dragon Lee going to be part of a six-man tag team matchup with the rest of LWO. Oh, man, this Saturday at Worlds.
Is it me or does it feel like the show's kind of being rusted?
Continuing to apply the offensive pressure with Graves. How excited are you for that four-way North American Championship match at Worlds Collide?
I'm excited for Worlds Collide from start to finish. I remember back in 1994, the initial Worlds Collide event was WCW at Triple A at the time. Unforgettable, really exposed the art, the culture of Lucha Libre to the masses. I expect that and then some this weekend.
Strokes in there with Javon Evans. Constantly tagging in Sean.
Oh, yes.
Javon Evans is fired up for this Saturday. Not only the opportunity to become covered by Legacy. Not only for the chance to become North American champion, but to compete in front of a different audience to show his skills to the world.
That's very good. Well, Booker, when it comes to Sean Legacy, there's been a lot of talk about this Evolve stand-up.
I mean, you just watch Sean Legacy come in the ring there.
He gets beat up.
No, the kid's got a chip on his shoulder. I like that, though.
You got to wonder, too. You see over there, you see Brad, you see Drake, and you got to wonder, is there a little bit of jealousy amongst them that someone from Evolve like Sean Legacy has a North American Championship opportunity on the horizon, is maybe looking for Ego's edge. Legacy slipping down, swinging wildly.
Happening right now is an 8-man tag match.
Their time may come, they're highly talented. Oh, wow. Tope Suicida for Sean Legacy.
And now a tag made. Let's try to keep this straight here. Another tag was made. Laredo Kid is actually the legal superstar. And he's the one standing. He's the one looking to fly. And he's about to show you what makes Laredo Kid so cool. What was that? Ethan Page stealing the smile. And looking to steal the win.
Thanks for
All right, I'm gonna try each. Whew. Of course, they're gonna go on these annoying commercial breaks again.
NXT Evolve all represented. Right now, you can't not be impressed by Vanity Project under the leadership of All Ego Ethan Page. Right now, Brock Baylor has Javon Evans in all types of trouble. This could be cause for big celebration for Vanity Project.
All right, NXT's back on for commercial break.
It seems like your wheelhouse. Got hard seltzers.
8-man tag match happening right now. It's still the AA Sports Collide episode of NXT.
Right over at Sean Legacy into the cover. Couldn't get the three. Javon Evans, but remember this tomorrow. WWE Evolve. First ever WWE Evolve champion will be found, and Jackson Drake is looking right at Sean Legacy. Legacy also in that four-way matchup. Double stop right back down, and I got to give them credit. Page has Vanity Project rolling right now. And you see, you're smarter than you look. Hell of a shot from Evans. But Javon desperately needs to make a tag to one of his three partners.
Man, this kid is I like this kid.
I'm very impressed, bro.
I like this kid.
Nice takedown. Continue with Edmonton, nice dragon. Whoa! Laredo kick, Sean Legacy standing in the cover and a kick out. Any superstar, they get the job done, but look at the pressure being applied.
I really like this. I appreciate the skill set of this young man. He's really pushing Javon Evans to the limit. This kid's going to face things for the future of Evolve as a brand.
Vanity Project definitely on the right place at the right time right now because Ethan Page being that carpenter. That's what these young guys need in this business. That carpenter to lead the way.
So the Luchadors of AAA looking on, enjoying the action as they prepare themselves for battle this Saturday at Worlds Collide.
Big backdropper. This is the opportunity for Evans Page. Cutting off Javon, looking for twisted great counter. Super kick up to the jaw. And this is that opportunity. Evans so close. Got it tagging someone. Reaches out. And it's Dragon Lee from the LWO, and the pace is picking up.
2 for 1 special in the corner.
Oh, Ricky. Gotta get snuffed.
Oh, Ricky.
Right to the throat. Dragon Lee now. Sets his sights. Boom! Ricky not going to be able to throw the heater later tonight. As now trying to set him up. Dragon Lee looking for the power bomb. Oh,
Baylor bailing out his partner. See, great minds, man.
Speaking of great minds, Laredo Kid, Dragon Lee on the same page. Oh, incoming! Oh, no!
That's why they call it high risk.
Right back in the ring, though. Hoisted up, Dragon Lee now. Bam! Sit down style. Shoulders down, cover, count, broken up by Page.
Ethan Page.
Darn, why didn't Shawn Legacy get in the ring and break up the pin? He just stood there.
Dragon Lee turns the tables. Page sent to the outside.
That's going to be that downfall right there. Shawn Legacy's not breaking up the pin.
Tag was made, Shawn Legacy. Hoping to win a championship tomorrow.
That's going to be that team's downfall. They losing tonight.
But right now, he's got to be focused on this moment. And tag was made.
Brilliant move, Baylor.
Oh, baby.
Nice drop kick. Jackson Trent is not legal. Ethan Page stole the tag from
See? Told you.
Shawn Legacy with a power slam.
This is big. This is big.
Oh my goodness.
That was close.
Imagine what that would have done for the psyche of Shawn Legacy, the man who has a North American Championship opportunity at the winner of Worlds Collide. If that happens to be Ethan Page, I mean, that could have just shattered his hope.
Massive main event still to come for the TNA World Championship, but an 8-man tag team matchup taking place right now with superstars, wrestlers, talents, whatever
I just said that.
from all around the world. And are we going to see another? Oh, no, we are. Quick Javon Evans. Wow. Laredo Kid now. Setting his sights. He's getting swinged.
From Laredo Kid, taking out the field. Legacy now one-on-one with Page.
And think about the North American Championship opportunity down the line for Shawn Legacy. Legacy right now in there with the current North American champion.
The universe appears to be firmly behind Shawn Legacy, a man who's captivated the fans in short order.
There's no doubt that Shawn Legacy wants to stand toe-to-toe with the champion. However, making the tag was Dragon Lee. Brad Baylor also is a legal superstar. What is going to get? Because I'm looking around, and everyone is laid out except for these two. What a matchup this has been.
Look at the all got out there, though.
Oh, just got slapped. Dragon Lee looking to showcase his skills in front of the 3-man he will face also this Saturday in LA. Double stop to the chest. Wow. As you would say, Booker, want some? Come get some.
You better be picking up that take some. That's it.
And Dragon Lee picks up some momentum before Saturday. Here are your winners.
Oh my God, shut up. I'm screaming like that in the crowd like that.
The closing moments here. Dragon Lee with an epic double stop to the heart of Brad Baylor. Followed up immediately by Desperation Dragon. Big win for Dragon Lee. Hopefully he can parlay that momentum on behalf of his team come World Collide this Saturday. Their word of advice for people watching, don't quit.
Well, there you see the TNA champion, Trick Williams, set to defend his championship in moments against Mike Santana. Can Santana save TNA? We find out tonight.
All right, we'll be right back.
It's July.
on. You did what? Tony, my intention is for you to trust me. I got us a match against High Rise next week. A tag match. Yeah. With me and you. Mm-hmm. I mean, Stacks paid High Rise to take you out before Battleground, right? And then West got one over on me. Don't you think it's time for us to retaliate against them?
So you wanted to do this for the family, but you didn't get my consent first.
Tony, with all due respect, we're not really a family anymore, are we?
We'll start on next week because the champion's request was granted. Two of the biggest on the brand are going to collide. Oma Femi, Jasper Troy for the NXT.
I can't wait to see that match.
It's going down next week live.
Over Blake first. Over Blake first. That's not all.
Guys, that's not the only goal on the line next week. The NXT North American Championship will be decided as Shawn Legacy battles the winner of the Fatal 4-Way at Worlds Collide between current champion Ethan Page, Laredo Kid, Ray Phoenix, and Javon Evans.
Well, it's time for another championship to be defended right now in our main.
Oh, we know Ethan Page is not winning the match.
Santana was gone, and now the Borne is fucking that, but don't fall far from the big trees. But the
This is a man who is looking to save TNA. The weight of the company for TNA Wrestling is on this man's back. The matchup that will have industry-wide implications. Mike Santana called Triple H a pretender. Santana said he's like, oh, and there is Elijah, who will face the winner of this match Friday and against all odds. Santana, Williams, TNA title, next.
Fanatics Fest NYC is back and coming.
I just seen a segment with So Real Good Zori and Izzy backstage taking Patrick Lee's laying down. Stressed out and hopeless. Just like me. Just like how I lost my friends. I thought we're they're more betrayers. Not the betrayers. Was I serious when I said that? Obviously, the answer is yes. NXT's been a pretty mid-solid show tonight. I mean, some things were exciting on the show, not everything was exciting. Some of the things on the show were exciting. That's why you didn't hear me talk as much. Now, Myles Borne versus Charlie Wilson, that was a solid match. That was easily the best match of the night, in my opinion. Another best match of the night was that 8-man tag team match. So that's two best matches of the night, the entire night right there. The rest of the stuff didn't feel all that too. I mean, the rest of the stuff felt exciting, but it didn't feel exciting at the same time. Some of it felt exciting, some of it didn't. That's just how this show felt tonight. Solidly mid is how it felt. It's not terrible. We're supposed to be having some bad storms and rain this week. I think this weekend coming up. I know next week's supposed to have storms and rain as well. Given that hurricane season is just now starting. Hurricane season started June the 1st. Oh, they're going through the Worlds Collide match card.
The tag team action prior to Money in the Bank ladder match.
Hit that in Latinos.
Joint forces with Lola Bunch.
Latinos.
And then buckle up because these four are going to look to steal the show. Who will walk out of Los Angeles as the NXT North American champion? We're going to find out this Saturday.
Well, it's definitely not going to be Ethan Page. I could definitely see it being Javon Evans. If Ethan Page loses that North American Championship, then you know what I'm going to say? Then what was the point of putting the NXT North American title on him? Only to have him lose at Worlds Collide. Exactly what I'm going to say. If he loses that title, if the NXT has him drop that title to Javon Evans. Even though at the same time, I'm still going to say that Javon Evans deserves to be champion, whether it's North American champion or NXT champion, WWE champion on the main roster. You know.
Ready to go up to our arena, sir. Mike Ruff.
The following contest scheduled for one fall.
Here we go. Go ahead and turn this music off.
The TNA World Championship. Introducing the challenger from the Bronx, New York. Weighing in at 230 pounds, Money Santana. And his opponent from Columbia, South Carolina, weighing in at 240 pounds, he is the TNA World Champion, Trent Williams.
I don't want to sound repetitive, but Graves, this is history that we're witnessing every single time.
And unfortunately, what little information I've been able to obtain has not been positive on behalf of Trick Williams. I'm already hearing stories of Trick ruffling feathers backstage at TNA as we see Elijah, who eagerly awaits the winner of this matchup. But Trick Williams is already ticking people off backstage, making demands, first-class travel, hotel and accommodations for his entourage. This is a man who's spending money like a champion already.
Well, there you saw Elijah, as we mentioned, will meet the winner at Against All Odds this Friday. The bell is sounded. This one is underway. Mike Santana not only fighting for himself. Who is watching at home wants to know that anything is possible for Graves. How much pressure is on Santana?
The weight of the world is on the shoulders of Mike Santana tonight. The weight of the entire TNA locker room, not to mention his family. But that's how Santana wants it. Look at the fire in this young man's eyes. Santana came for battle.
It's time to look at tonight's NXT recap presented by Progressive and Booker. It's really hard to argue what Corey just said. Santana is bringing the fight because he needs to be the one, in his own words, to save TNA.
I mean, the pressure is all over Santana. Yeah, this guy. I mean, Santana is going for the TNA championship in Trick Williams' backyard right here in NXT. I mean,
Cover for the title on the leg and a kick out. I mean, you brought something good. Trick Williams has the home field advantage, does he not? But you're here in the NXT universe chanting for the challenger.
If we are in Orlando.
Yeah. Cover him. They were in the Performance Center.
Sure, but you know what happens not too far down the road there. A lot of fans of both brands.
Exactly my point.
There they go cussing. And WWE just put out saying that fans need to stop cussing in the arena or they're going to get kicked out.
Oh, nice jumping neck breaker. And Trick Williams right now looking to retain it.
I don't know if that news is real or if it's fake.
Booker, I want to get your opinion on what Corey said earlier about a lot of people within TNA not happy with Trick Williams. Is it hearsay or should Trick have appeared this past week on TNA? Maybe to cover one more time, work of the leg, and another near fall.
Everybody in that locker room, man, it's going to be a whole lot of politics being played. It's going to be hard to get title shots and get that title around Trick's waist. It's going to be hell. It's going to be hell on TNA.
Trick Williams also the fifth man to have held the NXT Championship and the TNA title during his career, joining the likes of Drew McIntyre and Robert Roode. But it's Mike Santana looking to claim the title for the first time. He's got a history in a tag team competitor, worldwide TNA tag team champion, as right now, drop kick under the jaw, locking the champion.
Tonight, Mike Santana's not here to pat his resume. Santana's thinking about the guys and girls in the locker room. Santana's thinking about the paychecks down the line, whether or not they'll clear, whether or not there's enough for everyone in TNA to eat, or if Trick's going to take it off.
A man who changed his life 2 years ago is the challenger, who has been through the rough waters of life, has been through the ups and the downs, looking to achieve a right to who's walking out tonight with the TNA.
They should put this on picture commercial instead of putting it actually on commercial. Yep, that's exactly what they did. Thank God they didn't put it on the actual commercial. Thank God they put it on picture in picture. We can watch and see what's going on. Wow, it's a commercial break. Thank God they didn't do that stupid shit. Yeah, this NXT felt like a solid mid show tonight. I can see why a lot of people didn't tune in. I don't blame y'all. Ever since Stephanie, Jolie, Roxanne, and Jordan Grace got called up to the main roster, this show kind of fell flat a little bit. Show starting to fall flat a little bit, man, for real. Like I said, we had two of the best matches of the entire night. I mean, that's enough to tell you right there that it was a solid mid-show. Some of the stuff on here delivered, some of it undelivered. In other words, some of it did and some of it didn't deliver. So the stuff on the show so far we got a solid TNA World Tag Team Championship match. It isn't great, but it's solid. Solid enough to keep us watching.
On more than one occasion, Santana hitting so close he can taste the gold. And Trick first goes Santana.
Snake eyes, baby. Snake eyes.
Setting up, looking for that trick between the eyes. He's got to do it to retain the championship. You know, we've been talking a lot about what this opportunity means.
Oh, Trick is mad.
Let's talk about what it means to Trick Williams. Trick Williams,
Trick is mad after that.
We take another look at the trick kick. Trick Williams is a guy
The trick kick.
his stripes here in NXT. He is not a pretender. We know that. Santana may feel that way. The Trick is looking to silence a lot of doubters tonight. Would you agree with me, Booker?
I mean, two-time NXT champion, North American champion, now the TNA champion. You gotta get this guy a hell of a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in, this is your WWE NXT June 3rd, 2025 watch along results. Live right now on Restream, YouTube, and X for the WWE NXT 865 WWE AA Worlds Collide Go Home Show.
Well, Mike Santana, his opponent, who I've said before, held himself the standard of TNA wrestling. He's got
happening right now. We got this TNA World Championship match between Trick Williams and Mike Santana.
His only shot. This might be the last one he gets for a long time. He's got to lay it all on the line here tonight.
Mike Santana won a lot of tag team championships. He's had a lot of gold around his face. This is the one right here. This is the one, the TNA championship. This is the one. If he doesn't win this, he's going to be thinking about what the fuck that he did tonight.
Elijah looking out closely as this match is continuing. And Trick Williams has slowed the pace of this.
Oh, baby.
Matchup down, but he might have just woken up the challenger.
Yeah, man.
But just hoist it up. Santana now walking out to the center of the ring. Santana landing on his 2 feet. Kick misses wildly. That boy did it, and it was super under the jaw. Santana coming in, got up by Trick. Champion right now. Back on top. It's Seguri. Rockin' Williams. Challenger charging in. Nice counter. Nice uppercut. And Trick Williams now in control. And just got dropped. Turner's on the line. And Santana couldn't capitalize.
No doubt the team playing a factor after a brutal strike exchange. A thunderous Death Valley driver from the standard of TNA.
It's all about the TNA World title. And Santana, I don't know where, guys, he is getting this from.
It's a Boricua from the Bronx, man. This dude lives to fight. This dude lives for the big moment.
And there's been no bigger moment in his career than right here, right now, main event time on NXT. Trick trying to go from behind, able to counter. Oh, baby! This could be it. Title hanging in the balance. Santana. Oh! Couldn't get the 3.
Mike Santana right now needs to figure out how to keep his foot on the gas pedal. He's got Trick reeling. Can Santana finish the job?
Santana charging in. Boom! Cannonball! And there was a little extra oomph. Hook of the leg one more time. Another near fall, Santana.
Damn.
Almost beside himself in this moment. We are in the deep water.
The TNA World Championship match between Trick Williams and Mike Santana.
To creep into the mind of the challenger.
Definitely, I mean, it came right now. Santana looked like he's got everything.
He better stop. He better stop rallying up the fans and pay attention to Trick. He took too much time. See, he about to lose. He took too much time. Yeah, Mike Santana about to lose. He took too much time on that top rope, man. He should have just did it quickly. If he would have did it quickly and connected for the 1, 2, 3, man, he would have won it. See, now that done triggered Mike Santana. Now he's frustrated. See there? That's gonna be his downfall right there, taking too long on the top rope. Trick Williams know what he's doing. He's playing mind games with Mike Santana. He know what he did.
Elijah meets the winner. Hey. Elijah. Touching Elijah. Maybe that's what Trick wants right now.
Or maybe.
What the hell? That's KC Navarro. That's AJ Francis. Oh my God. AJ.
Told you.
And KC Navarro. They may be flopping dollars. They may regret first class money just cost Santana back in the center of the ring.
Betrayed by one of his own.
Knees to the back. Trick Williams looking around. First class out here to our left. Elijah beside himself. Trick shot. Trick shot. Trick shot. Trick retains the title.
Here's your winner and still the TNA World Champion.
All because of AJ France and that little guy
Trick will face
beside him.
Friday and against all odds. But there may be no saving TNA from Trick Williams. Or should I say, Trick and A. Weather-wise, rain chances on the rise as some home
Man.
bubbles up off the coast. Where the storm is.
Damn. I told you, Mike Santana dropped the ball on himself, man. Taking too long on the top rope to rally the fans. That and the distraction and him getting chokeslammed by AJ France cost him the loss. All that cost him the loss. He should have just went off the top rope and delivered it instead of rallying up the fans. I mean, I know he's a babyface and babyfaces have to rally up the fans, but he took too long on that top rope. Yep. I'll be right back, y'all. When I come back, I'll go over all of your WWE NXT June the 3rd, 2025 results and overall grade coming out of the WWE AAA NXT Worlds Collide Go Home show. Be right back. Oof. Sorry it took me so long, y'all. I'm ready to go over your WWE NXT June the 3rd, 2025 results, overall grade, and overall thoughts on the entire episode of NXT, the entire WWE NXT, WWE X AAA Worlds Collide Go Home episode. Now, the show kicked off with various segments, matches, including Chase U versus DarkState. Of course, DarkState emerged victorious for a triple powerbomb. Then we got Myles Borne versus Charlie Dempsey. Round matches. Myles Borne won 2-1, freeing himself from no quarter catch crew. Round 1. Round 1, we got Borne winning with a. Round 2, we got Dempsey won with a Raga Leap Blitz. Then round 4, we got Borne winning with a drop kick. Then we got Tyra Mae Steele versus Adriana Grace. She won with a bridging German suplex. Got an 8-man tag team match with Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Sean Legacy won with Operation Dragon on Brad Baylor. And Trick Williams retained the title with a trick shot, all thanks to AJ Francis and the other guy who Mike Santana was familiar with, like one of his own kind, I assume. There were other things on this show that I want to go over. Other things on the show that I want to let y'all know. The glamorous Mariah May from AEW has arrived. She made a stunning entrance, declaring the women's division just got more glamorous. Then we got storyline developments where Izzy Dame turned heel by attacking Brooks Jensen. She was already heel. She's still a heel. So I'm guessing they're going to have Izzy as the biggest top heel in the women's division. Maybe. But pretty much the cooling pretty much turned on Brooks Jensen. Izzy hit Jensen with a chair. Now Obafemi signed a contract to defend his NXT title against Jasper Troy. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to be honest with y'all about this episode. This episode wasn't that exciting, wasn't that memorable. Especially anything that really happened in terms of in the ring goes. Now, it might be remembered maybe in the future for being the night 2 different stars that debuted, but this is one of the reasons why I say NXT was a solid mid show tonight. But in terms of performances and in-ring action goes, I mean, NXT did deliver some exciting matches and engaging storylines, setting the stage for Worlds Collide. We had impressive performances from Trick Williams, Myles Borne, and Tyra Mae Steele. I mean, Tyra Mae Steele didn't do all that great, but she did enough to get some audience attention, you know. She did enough to make her name for herself. That's all I'll say about that. But overall, this episode was a solid B+ show. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't mid. It wasn't great. It wasn't good. It was just a solid episode, a normal episode, or normal typical B+ episode you would get some Tuesday nights when it comes to NXT. Some things stuck out. Some things didn't stick out. I mean, that's just how some shows are. The reason why I get this episode at B+ is because of the quality of matches and the effective storytelling. Even though this wasn't so much a memorable episode and it wasn't exciting, this episode also successfully built momentum for Worlds Collide, showcasing top stars' potential match. And we all know that the women's division is heating up with exciting storytelling and storylines and matches, and the tag division becoming a battleground for brutal grudges and outside threats. And you got AAA's involvement still unfolding. It's a Hispanic wrestling wrestling company. All I can tell y'all is expect major surprises at Worlds Collide, because it is not going to shock me. These surprises are not going to shock me whatsoever. I'm going to be ready for these surprises. Once WWE gives them to us, once the surprises are available for us to see on WWE Worlds Collide. But overall, like I said, solid B+, strong episode that kept only the momentum going. Only that. That only. Momentum only. That's the only thing that kept the show going. Really. That was it. Two best matches of the entire night. Obviously, Myles Borne versus Charlie Dempsey and the 6-man tag match. I enjoyed the 6-man tag match. Trick Williams versus Mike Santana wasn't bad either. But it just wasn't best match of the night to me. It was a solid B+ match, but it just wasn't best match of the night. The two matches that I just named, in my opinion, stood out to me were as best matches of the entire night. I choose those two matches out of any other matches on that card. I know some of you are shocked that I'm not saying that Trick Williams versus Mike Santana is not the best match of the night. I mean, it just wasn't. It was watchable, but it just didn't stand out as best match of the night to me, in my opinion. And really, the TNA World Championship should be on TNA and not on NXT, even though WWE and TNA have that partnership. The way I see it, still. But anyhow, I'm out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the NXT WWE Worlds Collide Go Home Show episode tonight. Wasn't that bad, like I said. Some good things. They had some good things on the show. Not everything was great. I'm out here, folks. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and keep on supporting the channel and keep on sharing the stream. And make sure, if you want to share my channel link, you can. Encourage people to subscribe, man. Very important. Your support is needed, definitely. And I'll be live for Evolve episode 14 Let me check and see if I have that on the schedule. Because I know for a fact that I have to be right. I know for a fact that this week's Evolve is episode 14. I just gotta check and make sure I know what I'm saying. And guys, you can skip the you can skip the part where it says "be right back," where I took so long to come back because I need to figure out what I wanted to say. I would need to figure out, what I was going to say and what my thoughts on the show would be. And I did just that. So I gave you guys my thoughts. Yeah, it may not have been perfect, but I explained it the best way I could. Solid B+ episode. That's all it was for NXT. It wasn't a great show, wasn't a mid show, wasn't terrible. So it was just solid B+ episode. I mean, that's all it was. That's all it was only going to be tonight. I mean, what else what else would y'all even want to expect coming out of this show? I mean, like I said, ever since Stephanie, Julia, Jordan Grace, and Roxanne being called up to the main roster, the women's division is kind of falling a little tiny bit flat. But they're still standing strong. Still standing strong, which is a good thing. I mean, that vibe we had when all them were on NXT, it was so great, and it just went away quickly. Especially when Stephanie lost that NXT Women's Championship to JC Jane. That was the most shocking upsets in NXT history. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Literally. Dude, it had me frustrated. It had me so stressed out. It's like I was just holding my hands on my head like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe Fallon Henley just helped JC Jane beat Stephanie to win the NXT Women's Championship. And that's what people didn't see. People didn't want to believe that. See, now they're keeping it secret that Fallon Henley actually helped JC Jane, but it's going to come out sooner or later. Fallon Henley's going to tell the truth. It's going to come out, though. It is going to come out. Guarantee you. Guaranteed. JC Jane is going to be so shocked. It's going to be so blinded. Well, she's blinded already because she doesn't realize that Fallon Henley actually helped her. They ain't showing that part. The NXT didn't show that part. They showed the part where JC Jane did her finisher on Stephanie and pinned her for the 1, 2, 3. They ain't show that part where Fallon Henley helped JC Jane. Helped JC Jane win that championship. But anyway, folks, I'm out of here. Yes, I was right. Evolve episode 14 is this week. It's tomorrow night. So, like I said, I'll see you guys live as usual on Restream, YouTube, and X for WWE Evolve Season 1, Episode 14, where we're going to get to see that WWE Evolve Men's Elimination Championship match on Evolve. And we get to see Carly Bright against that woman from LFG making her debut on Evolve tomorrow night. And I think Shawn Legacy has a match on Evolve too. Even though it wasn't official yet, they got to get approval from Stevie Turner first to make Shawn Legacy versus whoever he's going up against on Evolve official. But I think they was talking about the Fatal 4-Way match. I think he's in the Fatal 4-Way match, I believe. I know Kendall Carter, Idris Ignoff, and the other guy. Oh, Jackson Drake I know they're in the match, but I think Sean Legacy is in it too. I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Might be wrong. Let's see if I can find some information and see. Yep, I was right. Yeah, he is in the match. So yeah, that fatal 4-way elimination chamber. I was about to say chamber. Speaking of elimination chamber, man, I wonder when that's coming up. Oh, probably next year. Anyways, the fatal 4-way elimination WWE Evolve Championship match is tomorrow night. But they said it was going. But they first last week they said it was in 2 weeks. So I'm guessing it's this week. And then, like I said, we got Carly Bright going up against that woman from that woman that Filipino wrestler from LFG. Yeah, those are the only. Callie Armstrong.